YouTubers, back, sorry, 2 days late, lot of fucking about, went out, got hammered over at weekend, interesting really. It's Monday, I'm packing, I'm going to a big convention on Wednesday, should be back next Sunday, so some videos are going to be delayed, some review stuff of memorabilia as well, bit behind, so I'm going to get Doctor Who in, hopefully get some more in tomorrow, but that's it, I won't back for a week after today. Right, Doctor Who, The Woman Who Lived, superb. Right, bit different this week. Last week, want to sort of, okay, got along with it, flowed nicely. This week, I found it was a lot better. I do like the Viking girl, Hildred, or whatever her name is, I'm going to say Hagrid, then Hildred, whatever it is. It was great. He turned up and, you know, he gets stopped by a load of highwaymen robbing a coach. He gets involved, you know, usually how he does. But it was interesting this week about the whole immortality thing and how he's immortal, like basically immortal as well. And it was great seeing her again. I know she's in the Game of Thrones. And it really went into it, you know, about her being alone. I mean, there was a funny line when she said, you know, it takes a day to get to Kent, you know, and she obviously wants to see the stars. And I sort of didn't get it really, because I thought, why wouldn't he take her with him? At least they're there together, do you know what I mean? Forever, like. But, you know, obviously we do go into the Doctor and the loneliness. There wasn't as much melodramatics with him this week, which I quite liked. The story overall was very good. I can't find any bad points with it this week. This week has been a 5 out of 5 episode. Do you know what I mean? All of it. So, you know, basically, I mean, the villain, the cat-like villain from the other dimension, or the part you know, using the amulet as a blood thing to bring his people through, or whatever, you know, to take over the earth. And, you know, I was a bit annoyed. She's immortal, she's been around for 800 years, she's not going to be taken in that easily, do you know what I mean? But obviously, you know, she was. And it all goes on. Then Rufus Hound comes in. Love Rufus Hound, great actor, amazing comedian. Played it so well as, you know, as the daft sort of ape of villain, failed highwayman or whatever, and it just rolled on. So we go from that, and then it's back to her and the Doctor sort of going on, you know, why would you take him with you, and he's going, giving her this, and then once we get through like the big battle and the sticks to patches on Rufus Hound and his life force saves everybody, there's a bit of a nice conversation with the Doctor, are we friends or not, which was quite interesting. And she turned around and said, well, I'll become the patron saint of all the people you go and fuck off and abandon, which was sort of good, you know, because is she going to be this series bad? Do you know what I mean? You know, I mean, it must be bad for her to be stuck on this planet for 800 years. I mean, there were no technological advancement and nothing, but I mean, it was quite, I don't think I'd like to have been around over that time frame, you know, from Vikings to, you know, horse and cart time, you know, I mean, that was it, you know. It's a bit sort of miserable. I mean, she lived through it all, didn't she? You know, Black Death, a lot of it. But she said, you know, are we going to be friends? And she said an interesting line about, no, it's not about enemies, it's about being friends, you know what I mean? And that will go down that saying, you keep your enemies close, so you know your friends and all. But yes, I mean, Moffat's writing this week, it's getting better. This series I far more enjoyed than the last series. I mean, there was a boo-boo with the Fisher King, never quite like that. But the last 2 episodes, loved the getting into the immortality thing. Captain Jack mentioned, so is there a possible comeback for him? It would be nice to see him again, big fan of Captain Jack. So that's it, I liked it when, you know, when it TARDIS rocking out on the guitar. It's a bit of a cool Doctor, this one. You know, and Clara comes in. I love Clara, my favourite Doctor Who assistant apart from Catherine Tate. Clara's just love it. You know, we've got on from the Danny Pink stuff, which I could not do with, and it's moved along nicely. I loved it when she said, if you miss me, and he's like pretending not to care, but he does. And then she shows him a selfie of somebody's, you know, and there she is, Hildred or whatever she's called in the background watching. So it's going to be interesting where all this is going to go. Next week is the big one. Unit, love Unit, got a Unit costume, cosplay Unit, you know, love it, big fan. Zygons, definitely, you know, see their potential at long last, you know. So this is just a quick review. I ain't had time because I've been at work and rushing about and all that. So I'll be away this week. I'm going to try and get a few more bits in on Shield, Flash and some other stuff tomorrow. I know I'm behind. But I'd like to give a big shout out to Comic Book Exchange, Notting Hill, to Matt, Luke and Kirk. Thanks guys for watching my vids. Love what you said this morning in the comments, and you know, I do go in your shop. I've been in a few times and bought graphic novels. I could be in disguise though, so you don't know, but I will call in at some point, honestly. So that's the Comic Book Exchange in Notting Hill. Do recommend it. I know, product placement now, what next? So thanks guys, please share and subscribe to videos, and so hopefully get some more up tomorrow. All the best guys, live long and prosper.